Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dude You Never Told Me, episode 7, where three dudes talk about whatever they want to talk about that day. I'm your host, Devante, and here are my two best friends.
What's up, everyone? My name is Anthony.
Hey guys, you already know it's Alex.
Yes, it is. And so today we'll be having a very exciting conversation. But before we get into that, I do want to preface for this episode, we have something special lined up. As kids, we didn't have technology back in the day, right? And so we had to find ways of entertaining ourselves and having fun. But in order to do that, I know that you guys, some of our real fans, watched episode 5 where we talked about our childhood games and what got us into gaming. But tonight, we'll be talking about what got us into trading card games, and we'll call it TCG. But today, I want to preface by starting off. We so far have 4 subscribers, which is a great thing, right? But we're trying to get more. But in order to do that, I wanted to preface by saying that we have Ghosts from the Past Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and we would love to open them on stream. But with that comes a caveat. We will open these if we get to 10 subscribers by, what is it? Let's say mid of next month, guys? End of next month?
That's a reasonable goal.
Okay, well, we'll say mid of next month, and I'll come back every week to remind you guys how close we are.
You should tell them what's at stake. How much is that box worth?
So this
We only
box,
need
Why should they care that you open it?
man, this box at the time was $100. Right now, it's $75 on Amazon, which is still a lot of money. But
Cards,
for these cards. But there is 3 cards that you can get, 3 hollows. It is Dark Magician Girl, Blue Eyes, and I don't know the name of the last one. But out of all the boxes, this might be the box to get that hollow. And so you might be able to witness this right here on this show. And so without further ado, I'd like for us to get into our first discussion question. First trading card game played. What you guys got?
I think my first one was Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I remember my mom. Well, I convinced my mom after watching the TV show to get me the Yugi starter deck and the Kaiba.
Seto Kaiba?
I can't remember his name. The Kaiba starter deck with blue eyes and all that stuff because it was my brother and I playing it together. So he would play as Kaiba and I would do Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what started us. And then we bought it's not really so you know how Game Informer and Nintendo Power is for video games, it's showcasing all the new games coming out.
Mhm.
For some reason, I had a booklet that described all of the cards in the first 2 booster pack set.
Oh, okay.
So that's what kind of got me into a trading card because I had the starter decks. Then eventually I got the Pegasus and Joey one. So we would just that's how we started our collection. We got that. We got the first couple of booster pack sets. And then we were like, oh my gosh, back then Mage Power and Magic Cylinder were
Broken.
some of the rarest cards out there.
OP, bro.
Broken.
Yeah, so I had to get Mage Power, I had to get Magic Cylinder, I had to get there's a card called Bazu the Soul Eater that was really good.
Okay. Bazu the Soul Eater. Dude, I haven't heard that card in a long time.
Old.
Yeah, man, with me, man, I'm on the same boat as you. My first TCG trading card game was actually Yu-Gi-Oh! And surprisingly enough, I did not start in Japan. I don't know if you guys knew that. I did not encounter Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japan. I encountered it over here in the States first. Actually, I was on a trip with my cousins and my uncle and my family, and we went to Wichita Falls. And I remember we're hanging out with my cousins, and randomly they had a shoe collection, and I was like, man, I was looking at the shoe collection, and then out of nowhere I see a Blue Eyes for the first time, and I was like, whoa, it's the shiny Blue Eyes, and so I go in and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, oh brother, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! I was like, I've never heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! First time ever hearing it. And I remember they just busted out all their cards. They right then and there, they had a whole collection of cards, and they were like, Devante, do you want them? They're like, you want to learn how to play? And I was like, sure. And so right then and there, I started learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
and they let me take home like some of the cards. I wish I knew the value of them at the time. I'm sure those cards weren't like the nice cards, you know, or the
Super
collectible
rare.
ones, but
Yeah.
enough
Those
to
worth a
make a
lot of money.
deck and then get me started. And that's where I pretty much started my whole journey of Yu-Gi-Oh. It wasn't in Japan. It was mostly here in the US.
Okay, so that's two people that started off with Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is the gateway card game so far.
Well, I hate to break the trend, but I'm not breaking the trend. I also start off with Yu-Gi-Oh. I remember so my grandma, I call her Mommy Loose. She back in the day, she would call Columbia, but back in the day you couldn't do that with your cell phone. You had to buy like a pre-call thing that would allow you to call people overseas, and
Mhm.
it would allow you to call them for X amount of minutes basically. And that's how she contacted her family, her siblings and whatnot. Well, we would go to the dollar store to get them. And I lost my trail of thought. So at the dollar store, Mommy Luce would buy these cards for calling Columbia. And
Mhm.
while she was buying them, I remember seeing these deck boxes
Yeah,
of Yugi, Joey,
all
Pegasus,
the original.
Kaiba, and I remember I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
that's the original
what
start
are
game.
these? What are these things? They look so cool. I was like, I remember seeing the art for Blue Eyes, for Red Eyes, and I instantly was just drawn to the both of them. And over time, eventually, she got me all four of them. Like, cause you wear them down enough, and your grandparents will spoil you a little bit.
Right.
But I just that was my gateway into TCG, into trading
Wait,
card games.
so did y'all watch the TV show before playing the game? Am I the only one?
I think I did, but I don't remember if that's the reason why I bought the cards. That part's hard to remember for me.
I just
Uh,
wanted to just play Summon Skull turn one.
if only the rules are meant to be played that way.
That's a deep cut for those who play Yu-Gi-Oh. But the TV show did not accurately represent the game, and I was very
Nah,
disappointed.
not at the time. Definitely did not represent. But it was actually I didn't I didn't watch the TV show till after I started collecting the cards. So you'd probably be the only one on that one, Anthony.
Duelist Kingdom, man, what a good arc.
What a
So
great arc.
enough about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
I know we done talked about Yu-Gi-Oh so much, but other than Yu-Gi-Oh, what are some other TCG card games that you guys play or have played or collected within the past couple of years?
I've recently gotten more into Pokemon recently. Uh, it's just been a little bit more budget friendly on the wallet, if you will. So I've been kind of transitioning more to that, to
Mhm.
those cards, and having a good time there. I really enjoy the artwork that they do. Like, don't get me wrong, Yu-Gi-Oh has some beautiful art, but I love how Pokemon will take a card and just use the entire space.
Right.
I've got a card here, for example, called Morty's Conviction. It's one of the more rare cards that you can
Morty's
pull in one of the
Conviction.
newer. Yes, Morty's
What
Conviction.
a name.
It, it's one of the
That's a
more
freaking
rare
word.
cards that you can pull in the newest set, Temporal Forces for Pokemon,
Mhm.
and it's so its grade is SIR, so that means Special Illustration Rare,
Wow.
and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like how Pokemon takes their artwork and they use all of the page basically.
That is true. It like expands outside the borders, right, onto
Yeah,
the
it
sides.
has,
Exactly.
and a lot
Yeah,
of card games have now been kind of copying that style. I know Magic's been copying it as well.
it's a cool thing that they do for sure. I think a lot of card games would benefit from doing it. Yu-Gi-Oh might be a little bit harder with all the paragraphs of text, but
It's like
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a block of text. But is that the only one you're playing? Just Pokemon? No longer doing
I,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I've got Yu-Gi-Oh on the side, but uh very much more so not heavily invested in it. And yes, Renak Yarg Hearthstone is goaded 100%. But I play that free to play.
Hearthstone used to be goaded.
Yeah, there was a time and period.
I've since grown disillusioned with Hearthstone.
Oh, really?
Eh,
What have you moved on to now?
So I mean, if in case anyone forgot, I'm your classic nerd. So I play so many trading card games throughout my entire timeline. I think I played Yu-Gi-Oh with my friends, and then I did a Naruto card game. I did the Dragon Ball Z, the old school Dragon Ball Z card game. I did the old school Digimon card game for a bit.
Mhm.
Ooh.
I didn't really
Okay.
start collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then I never did Pokemon. But right now, my big thing is Magic the Gathering. I think that's now
Oh.
become my like de facto single card game that I'm currently collecting and playing.
You are
Um,
truly an adult.
it's Magic is just the better card game in person.
It's the
And
adult card
then
game.
for like, and then yeah, I played Hearthstone. Technically not a true like physical card game, but I played so much Hearthstone in college. For a while that was like the best way to like have a card game. It was so polished. It was good like mechanics and everything you wanted in a card game. This is before they had Magic Arena. Before they had what's the online Pokemon one?
Pokemon, Pokemon online trading game. I think it's
Yeah,
just
the Pokemon trading game,
OCG.
and before they had a
Yeah.
Master Duel. So
Oh,
Hearthstone,
Master Duel.
they revolutionized digital card game format, and it's pretty good.
Hmm.
I remember when I worked at the library at Tech, and that's my manager and I. We would just literally play Hearthstone. Like I'd be stacking up books, and he'd be like, "You're working, right?" I'd be like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, great. Let's play some Hearthstone real quick. Like I need to test out a deck." I'd be like, "Okay, bet. I don't want to work."
It's like me in class, like for the classes and lectures that are so big that I don't really have to pay attention. I'll have like my notes on one half of my computer, my laptop screen. I'll be playing Hearthstone on the other half.
Yeah.
No, I got you on that one. I used to do that back in. I mean, y'all remember I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh back in high school. What was the game?
We
What
all
was
played a
the
lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
the online one though? Before Master Duel, what was it called?
Oh, I know what you're
Oh,
talking
YGO
about.
Pro.
YGO Pro. Is that
Was
is
it
that what it's
YGO
called?
Pro?
Yeah.
I thought it was a different name. He's talking about the
Duel
one where
Links?
like
It might have been Duel
No,
Links. No.
no, Duel Links was the where you can play
Was
with
it
like three
automatic
cards.
or was it
No, it's
was
that
it
one that Tejo would show us back in the
yeah,
day.
Yeah.
is
That
it not
it was like
we'll
you could
find it.
just find any card. Like you could make
Yeah,
any
you
deck.
can
It
make
didn't
any
cost
deck and
anything. It was just
then you
free to
can just
play
beat
entirely.
people. But either
I'm
way,
gonna throw it to the editor note to go find whatever that
there you
old
go.
Yu-Gi-Oh
Just,
thing
just
is.
pull it up.
Yeah,
Um,
pull this
Yeah.
right here on the
Because
screen
it,
for
it
us.
wasn't made by Konami. Like they got
yeah, it was like
they
a third party
made
site that got in
yeah
trouble pretty much because they did
yeah
that.
yeah.
But yeah, other than Yu-Gi-Oh, I played Yu-Gi-Oh and then started to collect Yu-Gi-Oh, but now I collect more than I play any of the card games. I collect like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards. At the time, Duel Masters, if y'all remember,
Old
or Duel
school.
Monsters, Duel Masters, one of those. And then at times, even in Japan side, there were games. There's called Mushi King. It was like a bug game where you have like all these beetles. They would do rock paper scissors, and then they would try to whoop each other. And so that was a game. And then there was like a Naruto game, Naruto card game that I didn't play, but I collected the card. But I do want to say one thing though. Today I went out and I wanted to start or try to start collecting a new card game, which is the new One Piece. Actually, One Piece has been on the up and up for like these past couple years. Since 2022, I believe, is when it came out in the US. And Mitsuwa has like this One Piece section where you can go and buy like these starter kits, starter decks, and like easy to learn. Somebody's there to help you. And we'll put up a little sign for the editor to put in. And so One Piece definitely seems like a card game that's up and coming. And I wanted to make a note that this is a starter deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is a starter deck from One Piece. They're actually like the size difference is so much like noticeable.
But is the card size the same though? Because like it
You
could just be
know,
cardboard in there. It could just be a filler.
I mean, but I like the way it feels though. Like,
Do you have a One Piece
personally,
card out and available that we
I
could
do
look
not.
at to compare?
I do not. I don't want to open this because
It's a starter deck.
How many
collectors-
subs?
Should we just open
How
it? We'll
many
do that in a
subs?
bit. But
It's expensive.
definitely no. It's not too expensive.
Oh, just expensive.
Oh, expensive. Yeah, but it's like $15 for a starter deck, same as Yu-Gi-Oh. Pretty much 15, $16. But Yeah, that's one of the games that I started or wanting to collect and play here
Are
recently.
any of y'all playing the Disney one, Lorcana?
I didn't even
No,
know.
I haven't. Is
Like
that
it's
actually a good game? Like, what do you know about that? Because I've heard a lot about it.
I know quite a bit about it. I've been kind of following it just to see. Like I'm a huge card game like enthusiast, and so I kind of like to see what games they're doing and feature wise.
Actually, before you get into that, you're getting right into that topic. What makes a card game good, my guy? Go ahead, take it away, Anthony.
What makes a TCG card game good?
Yeah.
Um, it needs to have like level of interaction, and so the reason why I kind of stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh is that Yu-Gi-Oh became too fast of a game. If
Mm,
you can win a game in one turn, your beginning turn, that's a broken card game. That's not fun. It's not interactive enough. So
what you
like
think? One turn kill games, one turn kill OTKs, or
first turn kills are that's not interactive because
mm,
like if my entire game is just me trying to stop your combo and try to do my combo first, that's not as fun. If the combo could happen in one turn with barely any setup, it's like a rough game to play
mm,
because it's not fun. It's like leaning too much into like RNG and too much into just like how fast can you build a deck. And that's why I kind of like Magic the Gathering is that yeah, like if your opponent hits their combo first, they win. But most games, it takes some time to set up. You have at least until like 3 or 4 turns before they slowly ramping up. And if you follow the magic triangle of trading card games, you should have a control, a mid range, and an aggro deck. And so
mm.
as long as you agree with that triangle, you're still going to have like a very fun interactive card game.
So you're saying like strategy is pretty up there in terms of making a card game good.
I think yeah, you always need strategy for card games, but like I want to have some love interaction. Like
Mm,
the avenue for me to interrupt your game plan should be bigger than just like, did I set a trap card? Do I have the right card in the
mm,
right time in a split second? I should have like at least like a couple of turns to set up. Or
yeah.
like if I know what your strategy is, then I can like kind of plan accordingly. But if you're like a one turn kill deck, like what can you do? Like think about like Exodia, right? Exodia has very little card interaction with the opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly you
Gonna
just drawing cards.
Yeah, you're just playing the game with yourself, which is fine if that's your thing, but
Right.
it's not as fun
But
to
that's a
play in my
strategy, you
opinion.
know?
It's a
Right. That's
strategy for
that's one
sure, but
strategy.
it's fun for you to play because you're like, "Oh, man, my deck is going the way it should," but it's terrible for the opponent because they're like, "Oh, I guess I'm not gonna play for the next, like, 10 minutes as you draw your deck and chain everything together." Especially if you win on
Mm,
the very first turn, that's no fun.
I see what you mean.
I feel that. I think for me, a good TCG is a game that has beautiful cards, fun, various ways to play the game, different strategies, different combos. Like you can make uh, multiple decks and just be able to not get burnt out by using just the same one over and over. Like I really do enjoy obviously playing like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I mean, I think that those have always done very well for themselves, and I mean, they've been around for longer than most of us have existed. So I think it's a testament of time that those games really know what they're doing. I think Magic has been a really interesting game. I don't really play it myself, but I've had the opportunity to play it, and I have enjoyed the time when I do spend on it. Um, but yeah, I think that's my opinion on what makes a TCG good.
Mm. I think for me, it's a really big one is balance, like the mechanics of the game. Uh,
Mhm.
like some decks are OP, like meta decks. They are OP, but then there's some decks that are less OP, such as I'm gonna use Yu-Gi-Oh in this case, the Exodia deck. You just draw cards, and like Anthony said, you're playing a
By
card game
yourself.
by yourself, pretty much. But that in itself is a strategy. And so like the balance of a game is really important, as well as like the rules. The rules should be like straightforward, simple, easy to learn. Like anybody can pick it up, even like a grade schooler, right? Like they mostly play Pokemon. I don't know how
Yeah.
I've never learned Pokemon, but I don't know how complicated the rules are. But if a grade schooler can play it, then I'm
Simple.
sure I can, I can learn
They
it.
have
It's pretty
they have
straightforward.
tournaments. They have tournaments where grade schoolers will literally
they
play
do.
Pokemon and go overseas and win prize money, like legit big buckets of prize money for this stuff. It's crazy.
There you go.
But I think that's the thing that makes like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic and Pokemon and One Piece, Dragon Ball Z. The reason why they're the more popular ones because they have like other emotion behind. Like take away the card game aspect of it. One of the part of a TCG is collecting.
Mm,
And so, if you wanted your favorite Pokemon, you want your favorite like Yu-Gi-Oh card, there's a lot at stake to it, not just like strategy wise. Like the creators, they really love their game and the lore behind it, like the world behind it, world building.
right.
With
Yeah.
Pokemon, love Pokemon, like that, actively creating Pokemon. With Yu-Gi-Oh, you have a TV show that you're trying to follow along. Like I want to be like I want to be
Yeah.
like Yami. I want to play the magician.
Right.
Yeah. And to
And for
add
like,
another step to that, like with
yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh, they like to even have like all these different archetypes where they have
Mm,
like all this interesting lore. Like if you've played a Master Duel, you've seen like in those little mini campaigns where they talk about the real lore behind like Noble Knights or Arcfiends or Dark World. Like they go
mhm,
into detail on like what actually transpires, like what were the ideas behind those cards to create those stories and how they transform those stories into card form.
right.
even from a business perspective, when a new card game comes out, like the company that created it, they need to have a pretty well detailed strategy to how to prolong the life. And that part of it is having tournaments. Because that's the best way to create a community is that there is like like this game is like worth doing a tournament, worth competing, worth
Mhm,
having winning something. So like whenever you introduce a new card game, you need to have like a well powered machine behind it to fund tournaments at local game stores to produce content on a regular basis. Because after a while, as you mentioned, Devante, like there are meta decks and they get stale after a while.
right.
Use the same cards over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's boring.
And
So
that's
you need to
yeah.
have a company that like really cares to prolong the life of it.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like so many companies they come back and they revisit a lot of past lores so that they can update those meta decks. Like they can give them some more structure, they can give them more support, some support characters and cards within them. And I also think it's important that even at tournaments, right? Like it's a great way to figure out what deck is meta. I think a lot of people miss. A lot of people think tournaments are just to have fun or just to be number one, but it's more. I think from a marketing perspective, it's like more than that. It's another way to be like, oh snap, like this meta deck that was meta like 10 years ago is coming back. Like Exodia, it kind of caught everybody off guard whenever that happened, and,
Yeah.
and so I think it's really nice to have like a community that not only are they advancing and finding out ways to not cheat the system, but like get around the system, and then for the marketing side to be like, oh, that was a little too OP. Let's take it down a notch. And sometimes they abuse that power. They'll nerf certain cards and make certain rules and limit to certain cards, of
Right.
course. But that's all within the meta.
Yeah, kind of go back to that topic. Like even introducing new mechanics is like pretty important to a card game. Like with let's take the major three. Magic the Gathering introduces new mechanics all the time. Pokemon introduces new mechanics. They had like EXs were a big deal for a while, then they upgraded to like VMAX and they upgraded to like
Yeah.
Mega.
whatever else they had,
V-Star.
the
Yeah.
duos or whatever. And then with Yu-Gi-Oh, they introduced like Synchro Summons, XYZ, the Pendulum Zone. Now
Right.
they introduced like Link Summon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for better or for worse, like introducing new concepts can be fun, but like they keep the game alive.
Right. It doesn't go stale. And then you can always revisit like past concepts, right? Like, and you can mix and match
Yeah.
the concepts as well. Like some cards they really do work with each other, and some cards they'll never work with each other. But that's like up to the player to figure, or the duelist, or the person who's playing the card to figure out what does work, and in what
Right.
ways can they confuse their opponent, right? So yeah, that's definitely. Oh, one more thing for what makes a card game great. I think also the artwork is something that makes it like set apart from other card games. Like you said, Alex, earlier, I
Yeah.
really do like the way that Pokemon, that they kind of go past the margins of where that typically you would see artwork placed.
Yeah.
And then on Instagram, I follow this guy. He does like custom artwork for Yu-Gi-Oh, where he'll expand the artwork beyond the margins, and it takes up the whole card. It absolutely looks amazing. But
Don't you have some custom artwork cards, Devante?
I do have some custom artwork card, and it's one of my favorite cards from high school. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's a real Yu-Gi-Oh card actually, and it's in a sleeve. But it's by our great designer. Actually, our designer did this. JT, shout out to JT, who took the back of a hollow red eye. This is a real red eyes dragon. What is it? Red eyes B dragon.
Red Eyes Black Dragon, yeah.
And he just kind of drew it in, and this was like back in high school. And so this is a one of one collectible. And so the artwork is amazing because he
A
drew it
JT
in.
original, if you will.
And there's a couple of those.
He signed it too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He signed it and everything. It's, right there at the.
So
it's
how did
so
you get
shiny.
the blank card though?
So,
Like, did it just come blank?
yeah, so the on top, I guess it was like the plastic. So it wasn't like the cardboard. It was like a plastic sheet, and then I just slid it
Like the
off.
foil?
Or, yeah, the foil, and I was able to get it off without it
Whoa.
like leaving any residue. And then I just had a hollow card, and JT saw it and was like, "Hey, let me draw on it," and I was like, "Sure, go ahead."
I
And
think
so,
I remember we gave you like two or three more, and then
Yeah,
JT
there's
he
a
made
couple of-
others.
Yeah, there's a couple of cards. I didn't think I would bring them out, but there's 3 other ones that he drew. So they're
No, I cannot
literally
see that.
white. Yeah, they're like white. And then
My favorite's
on the
definitely
back,
the top right.
What does it say?
the FU card. I think it's like a swords type, daggers of peaking radiance, and then magical Louisiana musket.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so
I don't remember the last one.
this one.
I
Remember
do.
the other one. Remember the last one.
Yeah, they're all JT originals.
I remember that one. I remember
I
that.
think we let Devante play with them in an actual game once, and he just destroyed us because they completely broke the rules of the game.
They are unbalanced cards. But
There you go, Konami. Go hire one of us to make your next Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh man, those cards are gonna get banned so fast.
But without further ado, we do have another segment, and I think this one will be really fun. And it's actually a card opening segment.
That's right, guys. We turn into a card opening stream.
Just for tonight only.
Just for today.
Just tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for funsies. We had some Yu-Gi-Oh cards laying around, but we'll be opening different packs tonight. The first one we'll be opening together. Can we buy? I mean, we'll auction off the cards if we find a good one. I don't know how many good ones there are.
Wait, Devante, you need to explain why opening these cards that we're about to open, it's more than just opening cards. Like these have a little backstory to how we got them.
They do.
So I don't even know if he's watching, but I have a friend, and back in the day, these tins were going on sale, and it was back in 2021, and I had pre-ordered them, and I asked him, I said, "Hey man, you want to buy these tins?" And he was like, "Sure." I bought a box of them, like 25 tins pretty much for like cheap. And after that, I just never opened them, so they're all sitting in a box, and I gave Alex and Anthony a tin each, and so all 3 of us have the same tin, and I told them that we should open them tonight, and afterwards I will replenish their tins with unopened ones that I still have. So tonight we're going to be opening these.
Alex and I got these when we kind of stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and
Yeah.
so like opening these cards it's like a gift. We're truly opening a gift.
For reference, they're from 2021. We've had them sealed since 2021 in respect to the gift that Devante gave us.
Exactly. It's more of like a token of friendship rather than like something we're actually going to do. So I was a little against opening these cards when we first pitched the idea, but when Devante said he'd give me a replacement, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I got enough.
fair enough.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
So these tins, they're just the 2021 tins. You got Yugi or Dark Magician and Blue Eyes going at it. They are the 10 of Ancient Battles. They come with 3 mega packs. Ghostword Gold Edition. Does that even exist? I don't even know. Alex said he was looking at the. You said you were looking at the card list for these.
Yeah, it looked like it was mostly like Shadal stuff from what I remember seeing when I was taking a look.
Right. But the real question is, Alex, did you look up the price value for these cards that we're opening?
I don't know. Any good
I
ones?
Should I be
think
excited for something? I have no
there,
idea.
there was one expensive card, Nobleman of Crossout. It was a spell
Nice.
card, so that's what you're looking for. That's the best
Okay.
card to pull.
Wait, I
That's the
just
best card to
realized that
pull.
there's like 18
Yes.
cards in per pack, not 18
Yeah.
cards
Yes.
total.
So many.
Yeah,
We should just go through and see what's worth showing off.
I'm
I
gonna
don't,
go
know
ahead
any, I
and
don't know any of these cards anymore.
take a look.
Yeah, holy
See,
cow.
we got a Pendulum Monster that I don't know.
While they're doing
Infernal Knight.
while they're doing that, I'd love to show the stream what I got because I
That's
wanna
hilarious.
I
These
wanna
cards are-
react as we get it. So I'm gonna show them like this. And then
we
if-
can't
if-
read those though. How are you gonna? How
we
do
just
know
want to
they're
see
good
the
or not?
sparkly ones. Oh, this one's upside down.
So here's my first sparkle. You can barely
Goofy
read that. What
Puffy.
does that even say?
Wait, isn't that Obelisk
No, it's the other one.
or the
from,
new Obelisk?
Season 2. Season 2's one.
What's the name of it?
It's
For
the
reference,
Rabiel.
boys, you grab
or
7 from the
Saturday.
back, and then your best cards will be afterwards. Like if
That
you,
makes sense.
yeah.
Like, I haven't opened packs in forever. I forgot what the strategy is.
So I pulled out of this pack. I actually pulled a really good card.
Sure.
I got an X.
So I don't know if it's worth anything, but I pulled Tri Brigade, Shurag, the Ominous Omen. So if you've played Master Duel, you've definitely seen this asshole. And he
Oh,
thank you so much for the follow. And yeah, he's a pain in the ass. That's all I'm gonna say about that guy. I also pulled a Dogmatica.
look what
His
I
name is
got.
Ashian.
Oh, I have the
Oh,
ultimate.
you got Raviel.
Yep,
See, I have him too,
That's
but
a
he's
throwback.
a different one.
that's what his name was.
Raviel.
Raviel.
Wait, what'd you pull, Anthony?
I pulled Raviel as well, but I guess he's a different art. I don't know, different.
Let me
Sacred
see.
Piece. Yeah, so it's like
Good. Oh my god. This is so
Ooh, that is
he's
dope.
got the attacking Raviel. I got that man's just standing.
Sorry, maybe I'm just like a money person, but like, are these worth money?
I have no clue. What is this?
I don't
Divine
play Yu-Gi-Oh
Arsenal.
anymore.
Probably alt art.
Very good. Yeah, it's an alt art for sure.
The one that
Nice.
Anthony got?
Let's see.
I have no idea.
Because it's not the Lord of Phantom, right?
Nope.
It's the Lord of Phantoms, but like he's like punching.
Oh, so you did get the alternate art.
Sure.
Oh.
Is it worth money? Please say.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got the alternate art. If
Pull
it's
it
worth
up.
anything, I couldn't tell you.
Go pull it up, my guy.
Excuse me, why I try to econ.
Let's see what I
That's the
get.
thing though. Like I
was a
did
Shadow
like, sell all
skirmish.
my. I sold all my Yu-Gi-Oh collection or most of my Yu-Gi-Oh collection already.
Was that the only good one that you got?
Oh, Devante, I got
mean,
a card to
I
go with your
did.
Raviel
What card?
called Opening of the Spirit Gates.
Does it summon him or something?
The right dress wrote it's worth a billion dude coins. Pump the stock. Yeah. What if we made our own crypto just based off this? Our own crypto. Our own
Dude
NFT.
coins?
Like,
Oh
as
my
big as
gosh.
an NFT. I got a Shadow card. Alex is
Oh,
Oh,
you got the Shadow.
hook me up, bro.
You gonna do a Shadow deck? You know, speaking of
I don't
Shadow,
know.
I do have an unopened, the unopened Shadow deck too. So
Shoot.
we do have all these cards that go with each other.
Do y'all remember what's like why like did we fall in love with Yu-Gi-Oh so much?
I think because we all played it together and we just had fun just messing with each other while we did
Yeah,
it.
That's true. We did 8-way duels.
Bro, I just love collecting cards.
It's
And
it's
then
good art.
trading
I
them.
forget how fun the art for Yu-Gi-Oh is. Like it's like a
The art
different,
for Yu-Gi-Oh is so fun.
like you have something like cute and cuddly, like this card right here is it looks very cute and cuddly.
Right? And then you got
Then you
some
have something- yeah,
messed up
something like-
ones.
What are like what the heck is
Like Magical Broker.
yeah.
This one, this guy look
He
look
looks-
like he got a
looks
lot going on, you know. You see him
scary.
on the side of the street, you ain't picking him up.
But it's fun to see. Like, I remember I was watching a YouTube video, and then they were like following a series of cards that tell a story. Like the
Oh,
marauding captain has like a story based on all the cards he's in. You tell like a lore from it.
So I pulled Win the Wind Charmer,
bro, I pulled a Pokemon
What
card.
is
I'm just kidding.
these
and I
new-
pulled Aria the Water Charmer.
Sure.
I think Win the Wind Chandler is actually pretty good. If I remember right, you can run her in like a Harpy Lady deck. You know how much Devante loves that deck.
So we used to play back in the day. We used to play like 5-way, 6-way group duels, and we'd all have, a 40 card deck, 40, 50 card deck. Imagine playing against someone who's trolling. And so I would be the one trolling, and Alex would be the one playing serious, and he would have a Harpy
No,
deck.
Tejo was the one playing serious. Don't even.
Our man Tejo.
Yeah, pretty serious too. You got a pretty strong Dark Magician deck.
Me?
Back then?
Like
Not
Alex
then.
did, yeah.
Oh, Alex,
Not,
yeah.
not back then.
Devante had like a Dark World deck. I had a Buster Blader deck.
But those were the
Alex had-
try hard decks, Yeah,
Yeah, we
that
were
man brought
trying.
out a try hard deck every time.
Oh man.
But it was good times. But I'd say out of my pulls today, the best was probably the Raviel.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks cool, well,
But alongside our Yu-Gi-Oh pulls.
That would definitely be my best.
what is that?
See, that one looks pretty dope.
The Tri Brigade. Yeah, he's really good in any Tri Brigade deck or any deck that runs like Winged Beasts and stuff like that. You could probably run him in a Harpy Lady deck, to be honest.
I'll be honest with you, I don't recognize Tri Brigade as an archetype.
Have you played Master Duel in the recent years, like since it
Oh.
came out?
I played when
No?
it came out, yeah.
Well, if you played it enough when it came out, then you would know. But
That was one
yeah,
of the decks.
Komekulo, I agree. Zeus is the best. I do know exactly what you're talking about, but I didn't pull that today.
He just always had it.
I just always had it. Just chilling right here.
So other than Pokemon or other than Yu-Gi-Oh cards, we do have some other packs that we like to open. So we'll start off with Anthony. Go ahead, man.
Oh, me first? Okay. Hold on, let me pull it out. So I have a special booster pack. It is, can you all see it? There's a mystery pack convention edition. So this is how so a while back, Magic Arena has like a what's it called? Oh god, I'm trying to think. It has like a festival, like a tournament, like a kind of tournament. And if you win 7 games, which is the max games you can win, they mail you a box worth $250, and it contained
Yeah.
a whole box of these packs. And these packs are meant to do the limited format for Magic the Gathering, so be drafting and all that stuff. These packs themselves aren't worth $250, but there are other cards that are worth a lot of money. One of the formats is called a Commander, and that's really popular. And so it came with like 4 cards that are good in Commander decks. So I guess for my card pack opening, I'm gonna open this, and we're gonna maybe walk through what are some good cards in here.
I
You
hope,
can take
I hope you find some good cards, my guy.
The problem is like I even know if they're good or not because like I don't keep up with like the market for Magic cards as much. But we can look at the artwork though. It's a little different. It's more like kind of realism compared to like Yu-Gi-Oh and compared to Pokemon. So there's
Right.
that.
All right.
No idea if it's good or not.
So adult looking.
Yeah.
That is adult looking.
So there's that. There's this.
Magic
So, have y'all
definitely
ever-
is
have y'all
on the more.
played, at Magic?
Yeah, I've played it. You remember K, and he used to play a lot of Magic, and I would play with him. We had a lot of fun back in the day, but I didn't like go crazy in the Magic. I think he bought me my first deck, and that's how I played with him. Was I stuck with that one deck? It was a land and water deck, like a
yeah, Island and Forest.
yeah, Island and Forest. That's what it's called. Yep.
Looking at these cards from stream, I can't tell they're good or not. I'll be honest with you.
None of them look
I
good.
have
though.
zero
I think they
clue.
look very good. I'm gonna go
They
fast.
all look casual.
So I know the rarity is like listed right here. Is where the rarity is.
Okay.
You'll see like a black, a silver, and gold.
None of them are shiny.
They're not shiny.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. None
Magic
of them
doesn't
are
have as
shiny.
many shiny cards comparatively.
That one's the best one.
It's so
That one right there.
in this pack it comes with like prototype cards. These are prototype cards.
That's the best card.
It looks like a John Tran card, actually.
Yeah, there's so many of these
Wait,
cards.
pull up the John Tran card and compare.
Bro, that really does look like a
Pull up the
JT
Red
card.
Eyes one. It looks just like it.
Oh yeah, dude, John could be a part of the prototype team, bro.
I
Bro,
should
we gotta hit up Magic real quick and get JT on their team.
the coast. All right, let me actually look through these. You see which ones are good or not. So the problem with booster packs is that like Magic actually creates different version of booster packs
Mhm.
Yeah.
depending on what format you're playing.
Oh,
And
okay.
so certain packs are designed for what they call a draft format, and you basically open packs, you choose what card you want, you pass the pack along to someone else. And so booster, so draft booster packs are designed to have a lot of like mediocre cards and then one really really good card.
yeah.
But because
Okay.
it's a limited pool, you have it's like a different strategy to picking cards. So I know, and then they recently came out with what they call a set booster that
Yeah.
that contains like the cool alternate art cards and contains all the cool like other cards that just look cool that are meant to like increase your collection rather than just gameplay.
That's kind of cool how they
While
separate
you
that. They separate like each card packs out.
Yeah, it's fun.
while you go through those, you want me to go ahead and do my pack?
Yeah,
let's do that.
all these are pretty trash anyway. So
So Alex,
No
Alex
worries.
also
My
has a
Commander
pack
collection.
that's separate from ours, and we'll let you go through that,
Yes.
man.
So I brought today for us a Temporal Forces pack from Pokemon.
Is that the newest?
So
set?
it is the newest set. So it came out just last month. So
Wait, how
the
many-
pack just kind of opens up like that.
How many cards?
How many cards?
come in one pack? And how many cards
You
did come
get
in your pack?
10
Anthony?
cards.
You get 10
I
cards.
think this
Okay.
is 15. Should be 15.
15 and 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So far,
Alright.
we've had a whole lot of
So
hoopla.
every Pokemon pack comes with a QR code. So if whoever the next person that subs, I'll give you the QR code because why not?
What's
If
it
you
for,
want.
though?
it.
Yeah, well, what is the QR code?
It's for the online card game.
Oh, I
So
didn't
if
even
like you play Pokemon online, you get a free pack
What does that
online.
even mean? So you can redeem it like from
Yeah.
the pack you open.
Yeah,
Is it
so,
the
like,
exact same cards or is it like a
no, you have a chance to pull completely different cards.
So you can get virtual cards through this QR
That's
code
cool.
because you
Yes,
bought
yes.
in-person card pack. That's kind of smart.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like
Well,
that
it's
It's
concept.
very smart.
That's your stuff.
Yeah. So instead, I'll go ahead and we'll take a look at what we got here.
Bunch of energy cards.
So we always get one energy in every booster pack,
Okay.
and then we start pulling.
Yeah, zoom in.
Usually the first few aren't
I
very
know that
special.
Pokemon.
Slugma?
Name that
Slugma.
Pokemon.
Yeah, name that Pokemon. Hey,
Yeah,
chat,
who's
name
that Pokemon? Dun, dun,
Who's
dun.
that one? That one turned into
Solosis?
that big fluffy
It's like a
cell looking
boy,
thing.
right? It's a cell. It's a cell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a little cell.
Dang, all these are so cute.
And then we got Skitty.
Sure. Are any of these good?
So far, no. Usually we're waiting for the last like 2 or 3 cards.
All right, you got to go slow
every-
on the
This
review.
is
On the,
Rabombi. So this is a feature booster. It's just an item card that you attach to a Pokemon. It makes them a little stronger if they're from the future. For example,
tell the
Iron Hands. So
It's like a new
over here, yeah, it is a new gimmick. So right here, you can kind of see where it says
kinda cool.
future.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting near the end. Oh,
Yes.
what is this one?
This one is Snom. So he's got a little
I don't
bit of
know
a
what
hollow to him.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. Pokemon likes to give you at least like 3 hollows, whether they're good or bad.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah, that's what Magic does. Magic gives you like hollows, but they could be a hollow for a common card.
Then we got Mawile. And then let's see. I think we got 1 or 2 more.
Dude, this Pokemon is I used to use them in Pokemon Emerald.
What's
I really can't. And then I think that that was the last one. So that's the whole pack. So we actually didn't end up getting
bust.
anything good from that
Oh,
pack.
no.
We
Yeah.
we busted on it,
This
but
is-
it's okay.
This is why I hate buying booster packs. This is
Yeah,
why
you
I'm so
gotta-
glad I'm an adult now. And I just buy singles now.
Yeah, you can buy
No, yeah,
singles.
I agree.
If you want to have fun, you just buy the whole box.
Oh my god,
Buy
it's
the
like
whole box.
$100.
Hey, you know.
Did you guys want to see me open this one or no? I can open it just to see what the cards look like and whatnot. If not, I will leave it closed. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Our chat said.
White
Because
versus
we've already
yes.
seen the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We know what they look
Alright.
like.
Pivo says open.
The chat, man, they're so gruesome. Well, while I'm opening this, I have to tell my story that Wakana mentioned. So
Walkman says, "Tell them how you con me, huh? How did you con Walkman?
Yeah, how'd you
so
con
this is back
Wakana?
before me and Wakana started dating, and she used to work at Target, and Target at the time sold Pokemon, or not Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, well, all types of trading cards. And at the time, I was wanting a bunch of, y'all remember Gold Series, Return of the
Yeah, I remember the Gold Series.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like I remember this story? It's like coming back to me.
because Wakano was mad at me for it, and she probably still is. But I at that time I was looking for the Gold Series Dark Magician Girl, and I was just opening Gold Series one after another, and I knew Wakano worked at Target, so I asked her, "Hey, you get a discount at Target, don't you?" And she's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "On cards as well?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so I literally was like, "Can you buy me like two of the Gold Series?" And she literally bought it for me, and I opened them, and I got, I can't remember what card I got, but I remember selling it. And so she's mad because I got the cards from her for free. No, I didn't. I mean, she has my life now, but she has my bank account now. But
So she got her payback.
yeah, she got her
Figure out how
payback.
much he owes you.
But she was really mad about me getting those free cards and then not keeping the card, and I just sold it for more gold packs, which I ended up getting the Dark Magician Girl, so it all worked out in the end.
Oh, it worked out.
But she was not she was not happy about it. So
Oh man.
back to the One Piece. So it looks like it comes in this.
That's quite
this
the
pack. Yeah, it's 50 cards actually. So there's 50 cards. She said shame. There's 50 cards in one pack. It comes with 8 commons, 2 uncommons, 2 rares, and 2 super rare, and 1 leader. And so this is what it typically looks like. And Uta is a leader.
Is it like a pre-built deck, or is it like a card in the booster packs?
Yes, so it's a pre-built deck. All these are the same. And then booster packs you would have to go to the store to buy.
Gotcha.
That's as far as I'm gonna open this.
Okay.
And then it comes
cool.
with a little bit.
Wait, can you show me the card again? Can you show me like the cards?
So it comes with so this is the leader. And
so it's kind of like full art.
Hollow. Yeah, it's a full art. It looks really
Are
nice.
they all full art?
Okay, now you're gonna make me open it.
I'll Google it. It's fine.
No, it's all right. We're already here. I think you get the full art, and then you get another one.
Oh,
So this
like
is
an alternate full art.
I'm guessing that this is like the super rare card.
That's cool.
And then you get 2 of them.
Oh, One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece.
Oh, that's nice.
Is doing
Most
really
structure
good.
decks don't really.
Nice.
So I guess
don't
you
really
get a
do that.
couple.
They
You get a
do
couple.
one copy.
Oh, you get a couple of these, and then it turns into normal.
Okay. Oh, I mean, it's kind of full art.
So
It's kind of full arty.
Yeah.
and then
cool.
you get like these Don cards, and they're used for like attacking or something.
Oh.
I don't know. My friend was telling me earlier. I need to pay
read
better attention.
One Piece. What a cool like fundamental card game feature. I gotta find.
But supposedly it's a really fun game to play. It's
Yeah.
very like interactive with the anime, and so each deck has like as we were saying arcs earlier, but each deck has like each character arc pretty much.
Cool.
And so shout out to Mitsuba, who has One Piece at their store currently, and my friend works there. So if you are wanting to get into One Piece, please go hit up my friend. He's probably working. Especially right now.
Where is it at?
It's at it's called Mitsua, and it's in Legacy. It's off of Legacy 75 in Legacy.
You think you could put that in the chat just in case anyone's ever interested in going? I feel like it might be a little bit hard to spell for some people.
Oh, we'll put it in the edits on the YouTube. So on YouTube, you'll see my friend working in his natural habitat. But that is the One Piece trading card game. And it seems really nice.
Leviction says, "Do you even watch One Piece?"
I do
Yeah.
not.
Do you even watch One Piece?
When was the last time you watched One Piece? Might be a better
How do you
question.
appreciate
Today
card
at the
games? You don't watch
store
One Piece?
when it was on the TV. But other than that, like I said earlier, I do want to reiterate, I am more than willing to open this after 10 subs by hopefully the end of next month. I think right now we are at 4 subs with
No, we
5.
got 1 sub earlier from JJ.
Y'all are making my life harder, man.
So five more, and we can open that tonight for all you know.
I believe that there is a hollow in this pack. All right, and so y'all will
You believe there's one hollow?
Yeah, because all the other ones I opened did not have a hollow, so this one has to have the hollow.
I'll take that bet.
If it doesn't, we have to buy more till we get one.
Like I said, man, just expense that, and we could become a card opening stream. Dude, you never told me it just becomes card opening streams.
I wouldn't mind that, but
a select day we're just opening card packs.
Without further ado, we do have one more segment after our card opening pack. I know we just showed off a bunch of cards that we got from the ones that we just opened, but
Come make me cool is he's exposing you, dog.
I wish they were all hollow. That'd be, well, the market price for them will go down if they're all hollow, but that'd be dope to have one.
They are all hollow. I can confirm.
So our last segment is our card collection. I know that Alex and Anthony and even myself, all 3 of us collect cards, and I just wanted to have like a quick your best card collection preview for our chat.
Oh, I don't.
Sure.
I don't have it in a cool binder anymore. I'm very functional. They're just like, are you a good enough card to be in my commander deck? No, get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
I do have some cards I want to show you just to showcase some of the artwork that like Magic has. It's like a very diverse artwork.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you one. So one of the cool thing about Magic the Gathering Wizards of the Coast is that they do collabs with like big franchises. And so one of the collabs was with Jurassic Park because they just did a dinosaur themed release for Magic the Gathering.
That's kind of
So
cool.
so you open packs, you can get this card.
Oh,
And you can
snap.
see it, and it's like this from Jurassic Park. It's
The egg.
so he's holding the little ember egg.
Mm.
So
Hey, that's really dope. How hard is it to get that card?
Didn't they do a
it's very
collaboration
hard now.
with
They don't do the packs anymore that contain that card.
Oh, dang.
Didn't they do a collaboration with Lord of the Rings too?
Yeah, they did a whole Lord of the Rings setup. They did a
Don't they have the eye?
Warhammer
that
setup.
would be
They
cool.
could do Warhammer. They're gonna do a Final Fantasy setup. They did Walking Dead setup.
Dude, if they do Final Fantasy 7, I'm not gonna lie, I might just have to buy that. I just might.
They would have to have a
And
big
even
enough
like
fan base.
even for other cards, they still do full art. So just like how Pokemon has full art, they have like full art as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
I didn't know they had that.
This
That's
is
a nice
from like
touch.
so during the pre-release or like a draft, these are all cards from that same set. So they're all dinosaur themed. I have other cards that I wanted to show, but again, I don't keep it in a binder anymore. I kind of just throw them together because they're not worth that much money. Like that card that I just showed you, they're not worth a lot of money.
They just
They're
look
worth
really
like
cool, though.
$1. They look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look cool.
Nice.
I got you. Well, I've got some cards from Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I wanted to share. I'm not gonna show off my binder just because we'd be here for a little while, and I don't wanna keep everybody just looking at my binder. But I've got some cards here to show. So
What you
I've
for
got
us?
this really cool Zapdos that I pulled. It's
You gotta
it's a
show it to the
special
camera, Alex.
illustration rare. Yeah, I can bring it up to the
Yeah,
camera.
okay.
So it is a special illustration rare Zapdos. So what's really cool about this is that you can see Articuno and Moltres flying with him in the background.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the 2 in the back.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
are there are they like the same card but for Articuno and Moltres? Is this the same like as if the camera rotated?
So this came out in the set 151, and the only Zapdos got a special illustration rare.
I wish they had like a Moltres one from like the Moltres angle that shows like Zapdos and Articuno
in the background. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Articuno one that has like, the exact same thing, as if it was like a 3D scene and the camera just rotated around.
Yeah.
Right.
Would have been cool.
And then this one is pretty special to me. I got this one back in college when I wasn't playing Pokemon.
Your
but
favorite Pokemon?
shout out my friend Adam. He got me this as like a present. He knew Sceptile was one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, so he bought me this full art Sceptile, and just he gave it to me as a gift. So I've always really liked this card. It's just a really well designed card. Just really
Yeah.
showcases Sceptile, just looking awesome. And he, in addition to that, gave me my favorite Pokemon of all time, Mega Sceptile. He gave me
nice.
the full art version of that one too. So these two cards I've always had, and just I've loved these cards. They just look so badass. And then more recently, I mentioned the 151 set to y'all a moment ago that Zapdos came in. Well, this Charizard here, he also came from that set. And it's a really beautiful Charizard. I
Yeah.
mean,
The full
you
art
can
on
just
that.
tell. Yeah.
How much is the OG Charizard worth? Was it like $1 million?
The OG
Oh,
OG?
man.
The one that Jake Paul
Jake
has.
Paul.
Like, as
Oh
in
my
necklace,
gosh. Like
Yeah,
thousands of
You
dollars?
got the chain.
the chain.
Yeah, like thousands of dollars? Way too much. And then this card I pulled in a more recent set, and this one was like the chase card for the set. So it came out in what was the set
Wait, which
called?
card is this?
This is called Roaring Moon. So
Oh.
you'll notice that he looks very similar to Salamence.
Salamence, yeah.
And in the top left or top right, depending on how the camera's facing, it'll say ancient. So it's an ancient form of Salamence, basically, and they call him Roaring Moon. And he's just so dope. Like, he's got all these little Pokemon surrounding him, just they're like cowering in fear. And I pulled this card. I was flipping, dude, when I pulled this.
It looks dope,
And
dude.
what's crazy? I pulled a second one.
Oh, snap. You got two of them.
I've got two of them.
didn't wanna
I need to
sell
get
one?
both of them in top loaders. But yeah, this one's one of my favorite cards to have. I love this card. It's so cool.
It's pretty dope.
But it's not my favorite card that I've pulled. My favorite card that I've pulled from Pokemon. So this one, I bought a single booster pack one time with the boys, and this was like before I got into Pokemon. This was like we were just starting, and I was like, do I really want to play this? Like, is it fun? I was like, I'll buy one pack. Why not? So I did. And I pulled the freaking chase card of this set, and it's a freaking
the Charizard.
it's a dark terrestrialized Charizard.
Pokemon.
And it's the special illustration rare. It's so cool looking. Charizard just looks so menacing. I mean, the dude is fearsome. Like, I built a whole Charizard deck after this one because of that. Like, it's dope. I don't use this Charizard, but I've got other ones to make up for it.
Right.
So I love this card. It's a very beautiful card.
Nice.
And then kind of more on the nostalgia side, I've got some Yu-Gi-Oh cards here. Like, I've got Obelisk the Tormentor, very old school Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right.
And then we've got Slifer the Sky Dragon. We've got
The
full collection.
no, I don't
the
have
real
Winged
one.
Dragon of Ra. We've got the OG Red Eyes. I've had this Red Eyes for years. We've got Blue Eyes times 1, 2, 3, 4 Blue Eyes here. All OGs that I just never parted ways with. I feel like Kaiba,
You want honor cap, you get the tear one up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
That would break my heart, Anthony.
And then
did Kaiba break your heart?
Yeah, he
my
did.
favorite artwork for Dark Magician Girl. It's a very beautiful art.
Was that the one
And
that
then-
Devante wanted for so long?
I have quite a
I think
bit.
it's one of them, but I know he has it. And then my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh nostalgia card, the OG Dark Magician.
Nice.
Love this card.
Nice.
It's just such a good card.
I'm gonna piggyback off of you, and I'm gonna start off with the card that got me in trouble. the Gold Series Dark Magician Girl. It's one of my favorite
you go.
cards. From the Gold Series deck. But alongside that, I just love Dark Magician so much. Pivo mentioned it that I have a binder, and I even have the Dark Magician poster too.
Info for Dark Magician Girl.
And
You want to talk about a Dark Magician fan?
I really
No,
am.
not Dark Magician. Dark Magician
Dark
Girl.
Magician Girl fan. I'm sorry.
Definitely. Dark Magician all the way. But Dark Magician Girl all the way. And so
Man, no wonder why your wife was so upset that you did that.
I have all the Dark Magician girls.
Got a whole page of them.
Yeah, whole page. This is the Maji Maji Dark
Is it
Magician.
just one or is it 2 pages?
It continues. You're gonna see my. And so these are all the different arts for them. So you see here, you have this art, but you also have these art, and you have Toon, Dark Magician Girl. This one's in Korean.
That one in the bottom middle, that came from a movie pack, didn't it?
It probably did. Yeah, MVP one. Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, I
wonder
thought
if
so.
we need to
So
list this
one too.
content now. That's a lot. Like
What? And then lastly, my page of Dark Magician Girls with the gold series in the middle.
That's
But
awesome.
That's my.
I
that's
love
my
how you
most
have so
prized.
many Japanese versions of these cards too. Like that's really cool.
And then you have the Dark Magicians.
Yeah.
And my favorite, I actually got this from your man's right here, Alex. This is the Karibo that you let me keep. This is actually from the first pack, like first Yu-Gi-Oh pack. It is FL1 if people want to go look at it, EN003. So it's from like original Yu-Gi-Oh pack, and it's a
What
pretty
is that?
good
Full
condition.
Metal Raiders?
FL1? I don't know. And then this one's hollow. The
do you
Dark
think in the
Magician.
lore, Dark Magician is Dark Magician Girl's dad, brother,
Ooh.
boyfriend, husband?
They actually explain it in the show, if I remember right.
I think they did explain it one time. I don't know what the outcome of it was, but
Like, have you seen that card, Oracle Mahad?
no.
It's like
Editor pulling it up
Palladium
right here.
Oracle Mahad.
Yeah,
I don't
pull it up.
have the card, but if someone wants to pull it up for the edit later,
All the
oh, do you
blue
have
eyes.
it, Devante?
I don't think I have Oracle, but these are all the blue eyes. Three-headed
So
dragon.
Oracle Mahad is like what Dark Magician was before something happened. Because like so in the past they explained that the Pharaoh, like Yami Yugi, he had these followers, and one of them was actually the guy who would become Dark Magician, Oracle Mahad. And then another girl that served him would eventually become Dark Magician Girl. I believe she was his apprentice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you guys have to rewatch the show now later. It's in one of the later arcs. It's like the final arc before him and Yugi have their big duel where, they separate and all that.
Well, she's my cartoon wife, okay? No, but just to answer the chat, how does my wife feel about it? I mean, she knows I have all these Dark Magician Girl stuff. But I love,
no surprise.
I love her. I love her.
She still
the
said
most.
yes.
Yeah, she is my number one, and Dark Magician Girl is just a card. So, and she even answered there. But that wraps up this episode of card opening. I hope you guys enjoyed our card opening, and hopefully we will be able to soon open this one right here. All right, this is the one.
When we do open it, we'll make a social media video or like
We might
we'll do
open it
on
live, dude. Instagram live it. Just,
Yeah, Instagram live.
Instagram live it and just open it.
We'll be
who
keeping
knows?
tabs every single day, just looking at the progress of our sub count.
Yes. But other than that, thank you, JT, for your wonderful designs, not only for our show, but also for your cards as well. And shout out to Leviction, who makes our lo-fi intro and outro. In the outro, you can hear the Dude You Never Told Me section, a little nice touch. And he actually just dropped a new song last week. It's called Dreams. So please go check him out and support my brother, Leviction. Anything else from you guys?
If you've liked what you watch, give us a like, comment in our video on YouTube. Get us in the algorithm. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Get us out there. That's how we get our brand. This little Dude You Never Told Me brand. And hey, if you like this episode, we could just make it a thing. Just opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs.
Yeah. Every now and then, just go get some packs and start opening them up.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to throw out there, guys. I know that recently with us becoming Twitch affiliate, obviously we now have to do ads, which boring, lame. We know. If y'all are subbed, you don't have to watch any of that. So I just want to reiterate that. Like, if you want to have an opportunity to just get past all that, cool. If you don't mind watching it, by all means, please watch away.
Well, sounds good. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you to our viewers, and thank you to our YouTube viewers and Twitch for supporting us through this journey. We'll catch you next week. Peace out.
Peace.